Hey guys, Jason here for Chart Guys, taking a look at NIO, DOCU, SWBI, FSLY, UBER, and coming at it from the perspective of the huge sentiment shift we saw today. Euphoric open, sky is falling close, big volume, red candlestick, and looks like, if you look at the SPY daily time frame, that bulls are nowhere to be found. We have complete dominance and nothing but profit taking, and that can send a scary projection with momentum pushing to the downside. Now, bulls have a lot of room to work with. Anything over 322.60 on SPY is going to be an important daily high or low. So they can push well into that territory. There's going to be some resistance and support encountered on the way down, but it's really up to the bulls. Can they stop this bleed? And how does it look on other charts? And for that reason, I want to go to look at SPX 500 USD. If we look at that on the daily time frame right here, actually let's go to the hourly, because we can see on the hourly time frame, here's that big push to the upside, euphoric highs, push down, and now we are pretty much where we ended up at Friday's close. So all things considered, yes, big, scary, ugly candlestick, not the profit taking we want to see, but bulls still have a lot of opportunity, and it's not as scary as it looks on the S&P 500 daily time frame. Keep that in mind as we head into the rest of the week. Right now, though, we need to see the bulls prove themselves that they are able to stop the bleed, turn things around a little bit. So with that said, let's check out NIO. NIO on the hourly time frame. I've adjusted my support here to accommodate for this drop we saw on the 9th. Still inside pattern, and we can see that we're keeping our trend line intact right here because we are still respecting that old trend line. That after hours run up got us right back inside a pattern. This morning, we bounced off of that hourly trend line, and we're now going sideways. So the question is, where are we going to go from here? If we continue going sideways, this opens up the door to both upside and downside possibility. With the momentum from the market heading down, if we see further downside, I would expect this to drag NIO into its support. If the market tends to equalize tomorrow and we start to see even sideways action, I would be anticipating NIO to have another test of this resistance. On the hourly time frame, this is nice sideways consolidation. Volume is okay, and we're not seeing any major bear breaks. Bulls are holding up just fine in the light of major market weakness, and that itself is impressive. 15-minute time frame, more or less the same sideways action. Right now we have 43.55 as an important support level, and then bulls want to get above 45.29 and test another wrap at the resistance level that we see with our yellow line here. So all things considered, NIO ball's looking pretty good, and we still have tons of support to go. DOCU. Daily time frame, big ugly candlestick, just like we saw on SPY. And what's important here is some daily levels. So we'll check out where we are after hours. But right now, we've got 196.31 and we've got 187.21 support below that. We do have, let's go get those magnets going. There we go, technology, right? Weekly time frame, we are trying to establish this weekly higher or low. We don't want to risk losing this level. But if we do, we still have 187.21 support. 4-hour time frame, this is where things are going to start to matter a little bit more as the hourly and 4-hour bulls try to defend 196.01. If they're able to do that, let's adjust this, 196.01. If they're able to do that, then we can get into a possible equilibrium. We're still going to be looking for a lower high under 246, but it is up to the bulls to grind this out. Hourly time frame, I don't see any strength yet. 15-minute time frame, I don't see any strength yet, but this is where the bulls need to defend themselves. They need to keep this 196 intact, and right now I need to see price action confirm with a break over top of 202.29. If we can do that in our extended hours, perfect. If we can do that in our regular hours as well and kick out that high, as there's currently going to be a 15-minute resistance, things are going to be looking better for DOCU. And I think this is well positioned for a positive response if the markets have even sideways action tomorrow. We've got a nice space of support to work from. Let's see where we are pre-market and what we can do with the levels that we're provided. SWBI, 4-hour time frame. This one is not nearly as clear as even the previous two that we have looked at. The daily time frame is really choppy sideways. In fact, we can see some opening ranges. So what we can do is go to the weekly time frame. We can look for some guidance there. Unfortunately, not a lot. We go to the weekly support, 1502. So call that 15 psychological, which is probably what the level actually is, 1505. And then we're going to go back to the daily and we're going to start drilling down, looking for more support. 1505 is that support. 1508 is the close. It's 3 cents away, so we're going to call that a double bottom. And then we're going to start ratcheting down our trend lines 4-hour time frame, lower highs, lower lows, double bottom. So we're going to watch to see if we can get a third confirmation, maybe even a fourth confirmation of this trend line. Look to hold 15 psychological support. If we lose 1508, 1505, that's okay. I'm really concerned about the 15 level. If we break that, there is not a lot of support down here to the 1450s, so we need to keep an eye on that. Other than that, this is pretty much a sideways chart. I don't see anything opening up on the daily time frame or the weekly time frame that I'm interested in. I am going to keep an eye on our descending trend line, descending triangle, a nice 15 psychological support. FSLY on the daily time frame. We had another indecision day, and indecision in light of market weakness is not so bad. So that's a good thing for the bulls. We want to stay above 62.20 on the daily time frame. That is our low. We haven't set a higher high yet. We got rejected from our EMA 12. But bulls are in a good position to test another higher low over 62.20. I should say the first higher low over to 62.20. And I'd like to see 3 indecision candlesticks in a row telling me that the market is ready for a change, but isn't really sure if it's committed to that direction yet. Hourly support down to 65.83. Let's turn on that extended hours action. 76 is our current resistance. We are shifting into a 15-minute downtrend, hourly downtrend. And I think if we lose this space of support around 69.20, I'd be more likely to call that an hourly high, lower high with lower lows. 65.83 is going to be our ultimate low. Let's see if we have that daily support at that level. And indeed we do. So we see red tomorrow. We're going to be looking for that support at low day today. Keep our eye on the 15-minute trend after hours to see how we interact with the 69.20s and 69 psychological level. And bulls want to ultimately break over top of 72.33 for an opportunity to break to new highs and get over top of the daily EMA 12. Uber has been a lot of fun. So today's action was ultimately a doji close. And likewise, it has held up very, very strong in light of what the market weakness has done to, well, the S&P. When we have a gap up like this, I tend to just watch the ranges and I go right to the hourly time frame because I'm primarily interested in what's happening here. If we read between the lines, we can start to see some higher lows, higher highs. And we're imagining a lot of that action. Because of course it doesn't happen. We gap up too hard. We're going to be looking to high day and low day. So the ultimate range of that doji, 47.30 is our support, and then 46.92 is going to be our resistance. And then everything else I am looking at is going to be contained inside these hourly bars. And this is all I have to work with so far. Until we lose 47.30 and we look to the 44.50s for support inside this tightening range. We are just going to be watching for a higher low over 48.15. We have a casual upside attempt with a new higher high, still under 49.43. Actually, 49.62, 49.43 is our level that we want to break above. So 15-minute bulls looking relatively healthy, all things considered, looking for a bull break over 49.30. If we lose 47.30, we're going back into the 44.50s to test that former area of support and resistance again to see if it matters. But Uber holding up relatively well, all things considered. And this has been a fun day. Hopefully this video is helpful for you. If you like talking about price action and doing some basic technical analysis, come check out chartguys.com. Happy to answer any questions you guys have. Just post on YouTube. I'll do my best. If you have a video you want me to look at, or ticker you want me to look at rather, happy to do that as well.